Okay guys, Ratrod Bob here, another video. Today we're doing brake lines. And this is not going to be a how-to video. This is going to be a what I did video. Because if you guys do your brake lines and you have a problem, I don't want to be responsible. So this is a what I did video. And we're going to go with that, okay? Alright, let's get started. Okay, I installed the calipers and bolted some little tabs for these lines. And I got to come in with a T here because the line's coming from the master cylinder, and it's got a T to that one and that one. So I got to put a line across here with a T. And on the back, on the rear brakes, got the calipers installed. Brake line, made some little brackets to bolt there to hold that. Made a little tab to hold that. Another bracket to hold this one. So I got to get a brake line come from this one over to there. And then a brake line from here to the master cylinder I got to install, and then another from the master cylinder to the front, that T up in the front I'm gonna put in. So what I got on eBay and ordered me a brake line kit. It comes with 25 feet, 3/16 brake line, and all these fittings. Bunch of fittings. And I'm just using a cheap tube and flare kit. Cheap cutter there, and a cheap tubing bender. That's what tools I'm using for this, so nothing expensive. I'd rather have some real expensive tools, but I'm on a budget. Alright, see what we can do with this. Okay, I'm going to show you how I flare the end of I got a little piece of brake line, 3/16. And the first thing, after you cut it with a tubing cutter, you're going to have a kind of an end like that, not perfect, but if you take a file and you flatten that end out, make it look something like that, and you go around that corner edge, smooth it up a little bit all the way around. Make it look something like that. It looks a lot better now. And don't forget, before you put the flare on the end, put your fitting on there. And then flare it. Okay, with my case, since there's a sample, I don't need to do that. And put it there in the 3/16 hole. And I usually let it stick out about like that. I'd say 3/16 of an inch or something like that. And I always tighten this one first, because when you tighten this one, since it's so far away, it has more leverage. Of course, if I was using a big tube, I'd tighten this one first and this one last, but now I got more leverage, so when I tighten this one, we got a good snug fit. Then take the 3/16 die, stick it right there. in that tube. I like to put a little petroleum jelly or oil on my threads and on the tip where it turns in there. Makes it work better. I usually get this about as tight as I can get it by hand. Then back it off. Then you're gonna need some pliers. Pull that die out. Then you got the perfect little end there, little flared end. That's what it looks like. And when you run your fitting up, got a little burr there. I need to take that burr off. Burr on this side too. From the clamping device. See, you got good flare now. When you tighten this up, and you can see that's a little bit off, but when you tighten it up in the fitting, one reason the tubing was bent, but when you tighten that up in whatever fitting you, it's gonna straighten that out, and it's gonna finish flaring the fit when you tighten it up. So yeah, that's the way I do them. Got the brakes plumbed in. Got all lines connected, tightened up, run. You see how well I made some piece of number 9 wire to hold this brake line. Plus I'm gonna run the wiring harness. She's gonna hold that too. Plus I got some number 9 wire on this side for the fuel line. Yeah, that'll work. Got them bled down too. A little old cheap brake bleeder, it works, but it's a pain in the butt, but it works. In case you don't know, the way you do that, you fill the master cylinder up with fluid, and you break it loose one bleeder at a time. Preferably in this case it'd be the furthest one away, that side first, and connect that to it. It sucks the vacuum, sucks the fluid all the way up to here. So that's what I've done. I sucked the vacuum on all 4, got fluid to the fluid, no air come out, and yeah, should be good enough. I had to bleed it a little bit more when I get the brake pedal hooked up, but yeah, we got brakes now. Got brakes. Next thing is a wire. Run a wire harness from the back up to where it's going to come up in the cab right in front of the master cylinder for the rear tail lights and the fuel sensor. And I got some wire pulled out of the old motorhome chassis there. Got plenty of wire. Plenty of wire, so I'll be running that next. And the fuel line on that side, I'm running steel fuel line most of the way, and I got that braided line that come with a tank that I'm gonna connect it on the tank end, and it connected on the motor end with that braided line. But it's gonna be a metal line from up in this area all the way to as far back as I can go with it. Yeah. Then I guess I'm gonna get the 383 stroker motor out of the shed, bring it here and get the gasket seals changed in it and get a paint job on it and the transmission and put that in. Drive shaft, radiator, run some cooling lines from the transmission, do all that before I put the body back on. So when I get put the body on, I ain't got to do much work underneath the car. All right. Appreciate you.